Morning, but we are turning our attention now to Manchester United. Delighted to say we're joined for the first time on the line by Yvonne Gabriel of Bild. Good morning, Yvonne.
Hello, good morning from Germany.
Thanks, Millie, for joining us. You're just back from Belgium. You were at Leipzig Brugge last night. Goals aplenty, but you're expecting to be sent to London this week. Where exactly are we at on this seemingly apparent Ralf Rangnick appointment?
Yeah, as far as we know, the deal is done, so we're just waiting for the official announcement. But as I said, the deal is done, and it's surprisingly for most of the football experts because Ralf Rangnick was not the coach everybody mentioned in the last weeks. So it's surprisingly, but let's see what will happen today. But as far as we know, Ralf Rangnick will start on Monday. He will not start on Sunday because I think it will be difficult to start with a match against Chelsea, and with just 2 days of preparation, it doesn't make sense for me. And so he will start on Monday. That's what we know. And so there's not a lot of time because on Thursday there's already the next game, the next match against Arsenal.
Any expectation of a timeline of when you mentioned he might start work on Monday? Will the club announce today, do you think, or over the weekend?
Yeah, I think so, because they don't have so much time. So they need the time to work, or Ralf Rangnick needs the time to work with the team, to get to know the team. So I guess they will announce it today and he will start on Monday. Maybe he will be at the Chelsea Stadium at a Stamford Bridge on Sunday to see the match, but he will start officially on Monday, I guess.
Okay. Can you talk to us a bit, Yvonne, about his coaching style, what success he had in Germany? For our viewers who aren't familiar with him, who is Ralf Rangnick?
Yeah, Ralf Rangnick he's well known in Germany because the story of RB Leipzig is the story of Ralf Rangnick. He started here in 2012 and he built up a structure. He gave the whole club a philosophy, a style of play. And he he helped the club to get up from the 4th division to the Bundesliga, and they play Champions League now. And there are a lot of young big players now. He tried to get to Leipzig, so he is well known in Germany. That's what I said, because he had the 2 clubs, Hoffenheim and Leipzig. They were small clubs when he started, but he tried to help, or he built up structures for both of them to get them into Champions League.
Okay, so this is a guy with a big record in the game in Germany. What sort of football would we understand? It's an interim appointment, Yvonne, to the end of the season, obviously. What sort of football can Manchester United fans expect him to play?
Fast way of football. He's aggressive way of football. He always wants his players to run, to defend, and to defend the whole team, to defend, not just the defenders, so the whole team. And he always wants to be good in the defensive, but also if his team gets the ball, to have just some seconds to get to get forward. So just a few seconds to get forward.
And when you say he expects everybody to defend, if there are players within that group, and there might be some who are not that willing to defend, what, in terms of his character, his strength of character, if it comes to dropping or challenging, mega superstars, obviously Ronaldo maybe chief amongst them, is that something that he has?
That will be a big challenge, or I will be, let's see what will happen, because as you said, Ronaldo, he's not that kind of player who likes to defend, I would say like that. But he always wants, as I said, every player to defend. So he's very ambitious, and he can talk to players and push them to do it. So he's a very also aggressive in his way of speaking to the players to convince them to do it.
Is it true that he's the godfather of gegenpress?
And
would have inspired Tuchel and Klopp?
Yes. Yeah. Of course, he inspired a lot of coaches. Also, for example, Julian Nagelsmann, the coach of Bayern Munich, he was also inspired by Ralf Rangnick because he had a long career. He is very experienced, and if you talk to him, he's always happy to tell you the beginnings of his coaching career when he started to develop or to be fascinated by this way of football. So gegenpressing, as you mentioned, Jürgen Klopp and Thomas Tuchel, he will meet both of them in the Premier League now. They got inspired by him, yes.
And did you say just a few minutes ago that his character was an aggressive, confrontational character?
Yeah, because he's very ambitious. And he's not just a coach. He's so much more. He's a teacher, a psychologist. He's so much more because he always wants to develop players on the pitch, next to the pitch. So he's not just a coach. So for me, he's a perfect fit to the Premier League because he's a manager in general.
Manager of sports and development for Lokomotiv Moscow. What's that?
He started this job in August. He always wants to have a job as far as I can say. So he's not that kind of person who wants to sit at home and have a nice day, whatever. But he wants to have a job in football. And so he started in Moscow. But that's what we know. His dream was always to be a coach, to be a manager in the Premier League in England, because he loves Premier League. He loves England. He has been in England as a student for 1 year. He speaks perfect English, and he always talked about the Premier League. So Moscow was his job, or is his job still his job, because, for example, he also Markus Gistol, his former assistant coach. Yeah. He's now the coach in Moscow. So there are a lot of persons who are related to Ralf Rangnick. Also, for example, the assistant coach of Moscow, Marvin Comper. So as far as I can say, he has done a lot of work in Moscow, but now this big challenge is so much more.
And finally, do you expect him to be, he takes the interim job, do you expect him to be director of football for Manchester United after this season?
Of course, yes, because as far as we know, he wouldn't be satisfied with just being the coach until summer. That's not enough for him. He wanted to have a longer lasting job. So, for example, the interims coach now, and after it, as you said, a director or whatever this position will be named, but he will be in the club or work in the club after summer, of course, because that's what he wanted to have. He not just wanted to have a job until summer.
One actual last one this time. Will he bring in his own people, or will Carrick, McKenna, Fletcher, Mike Phelan, will they stay or will they go?
Let's see. He has a lot of persons in his surroundings, and he trusts them, of course. So in the past, it was always like that he had a lot of persons coming with him to Leipzig, for example. And but he's also a person who gives a chance to everybody. So he's not that kind of person who says, "Oh, I don't need them anymore. I have my own persons, my own assistant, whatever." But so he's open for that, I would say.
All right. Well, we're going to watch that with great interest, and people can read your thoughts in Bild. Yvonne Gabriel, thanks a million.
Thank you. Bye.
Thanks a lot.